Now, I am not going to shy away from this. I do believe in general that Pokemon White is the best game in the series, writing aside. But I will say I am very biased since it was the very first Pokemon game I played as a kid. So there's that. But even then, I can defend it. But today's video is not going to be about that. Today's video will be highlighting the writing and story of Pokemon White and Pokemon Black, and just why they're not only the best games in the series, but we will never see this writing from Pokemon again. Usually in stories, what you'll have is a main character, side characters that push that main character to whatever that main character wants, whether it be a goal or whatever they want. And then you have an antagonist slash villain who is just there to oppose the main character with no real substance as a character on their own. But in Unova, you have Sharon, who finds himself through the pursuit of strength, Bianca, who wants to become her own person and break away from living like her family does. And then of course you have N, who resonates with Pokemon and wants them to live freely and not under the control of humans. And we're actually going to touch more on N. He's actually going to be the highlight of this video. Not only does he have his own reasons for his oppositions towards you, but it completely contrasts your character, the MC's duty in the story, and it works perfectly. And Concordia explains this perfectly. N was a child that was abandoned in the forest as a kid. Now Ghetsis, the leader of Team Plasma, with his goal in mind, saves this child's life and adopts him to bring that fondness to him, while also ingraining his own goals into N's head, which already reside with him because he was grown up around Pokemon who are also mistreated, abandoned, and disrespected by their trainers. On top of that, N can also quite literally understand Pokemon, so of course he's going to be drawn to them. But he also isn't just a senseless antagonist with hatred towards the main character like you may see often in stories. He literally goes on a one-on-one Ferris ride with the main character, not only so the character can understand him, but so he can understand the character. Making the antagonist of a story realistic and not just filled with hatred and quote-unquote evilness is how to truly make a character. And it makes it far more easier to sympathize with this character even if they were in the wrong, bringing emotion to both ends of the story. Another great way to write a story is to not have character decisions be so black and white, no pun intended. The scariest thing about Team Plasma is that a lot of them are just normal people. As you see this pitch that Ghetsis is throwing at these normal people, these are potential recruitees for Team Plasma. The quote-unquote bad side of the story has people who truly believe that they're doing good, including N. In our main character's perspective, they're the bad guys. But in a lot of these Team Plasma members' perspective and Lord N's perspective, these trainers are the bad guys for keeping Pokemon on a leash and not giving them the freedom that humans naturally have. It's a morally great subject that truly makes you think and can even be tied to real life with animals as humans' pets. The cult-like mindset from actual real people that were once trainers is what makes this game so eerie but also so good. The possibility that the quote-unquote evil team could actually have the good motives here or could actually be heroes. It brings something to Pokemon that was never seen before and also never seen again. Even in newer games with them just going back to the typical villain wants to destroy world mindset. The thought that this team that is so evil could have people that you know personally, just regular people that you know that have good hearts. People that simply just want freedom for Pokemon. People that aren't just naturally cold-hearted like usual villains. Okay, maybe not all of them, but the fact that some Team Plasma members could truly just be good-hearted people looking for the best for everybody. It's a truly special thing that you don't see in writing. Tying back into perspective, with Ghetsis, while he is that generic world domination evil guy, the way that he manipulated people, and especially N, is actually insane. As I said, N was already a boy who was abandoned by his real parents. So of course he might already have some lingering resentment towards humans. And that's a part of Ghetsis' plan, to free Pokemon from humans so he can have them all to himself. He manipulated, groomed, and used N by first adopting him to give that bond of trust. The fact that he saved his life to instill that unwavering loyalty into him. Had him grow up with Pokemon who were also mistreated, so he could resonate even further with them and not humans. and then throned him as the new king of their castle, so instill more trust and innately for Ghetsis, and also give him that sense of power that he can rule and do these immorally things together that seem morally justified. It's an insane power play on Ghetsis' part, and he even does this, as we know, like I said, towards these civilians by having them question the morality of something that they've been doing all this time, something that might be good in motive but might not actually be morally correct, and having these people turn against the other regular people and form a cult-like mindset into becoming a Team Plasma member. So yeah, the manipulation here is crazy, and the truly morally gray areas of having Pokemon that could also apply to real life with having pets. So yes, the play of morality in this game adds on to the story to manipulate them and join this cult-like evil team who thinks that they're doing good for the world, but really are just adding on to Ghetsis' plan. It is very powerful in the way it comes together. Now, I'm not going to stay on this topic for too long, but I will just say that in general with Team Plasma, having normal people, as I mentioned before, that just want good for everybody, it's definitely a powerful thing, but the main topic is Bianca. I think a lot of people can relate to having a parent who just wants something for you that you don't want for yourself, and you rather pursue something else, but they just don't understand it. It was a big part of Bianca's character, and of course you cannot forget this. I just really love how you actually feel included in the story, and they even let you in En's room as you walk through En's castle, and the feeling is just holy, it's legendary. En being the champion, the final battle being this bright, holy castle, bro, the vibe is different. That Reshiram scene was the heavenliest scene in the series. Peak. But in conclusion, I'm not saying every single story after this was a great negative, but they definitely did go back to that standard evil guy world domination thing. Pokemon White is truly special. Gen 5 is peak. Lord N is the best character in Pokemon. All y'all have a good day.